I told you it'd get weird, but you didn't believe me. Why didn't you believe me? Join me as we discover the mysterious secrets of Mysterians. Which is kind of a crap tagline, isn't it? It's kind of like saying, let's join the exciting adventures of Excite-Men. It's not really all that creative. Though that pretty much sums these up in a nutshell. This is the Mysterians toy line, done by the March On Toy Company. This was, well, the copyrights on these things is 1984, so that puts them around late 84, early 85-ish. That's about the right time to take advantage of the transforming toy line boom in this country. Let's see, this, yeah, you can see, well, you can see not the most creative things in the world, very basic geometric shapes, and that was how the entire toy line went. The other tagline, I'll read you the other tagline, I have a picture of the card up on the computer. Don't let their shapes fool you, the deadly secret force is ready to battle the universe. Deadly secret force. He's a box. Also, that indicates to me they're all villains. Every single one of them is a villain. No good guys. They're out to take over the entirety of the universe, which is generally the bad guy shtick. So let's take a look and see what the bad guys are trying to conquer everybody with. Starting with the yellow cube, Major Repair. Well, not the most threatening thing to take over the world with, but hey, I guess it's something. You have to have a starting point. So yeah, cast in yellow, and with just a bit of a metallic sticker as detailing. It's got this weird, like, you can see it, just kind of a washboard pattern on it. Kind of like a cargo container. So it's just a cargo box, which is strange. Alright, so let's see. What is the whole secret of the Mysterians? Well, it might involve that little button on the back, which, if I hit that, well, there's one panel that's loose, so that spoils a little bit of it. That comes down, and if we hit it a little bit farther, hey, we have a head. Wow. And then the rest is just kind of manual. Here, flip those out, get these arms rotated down so we can fold them out, and just like that. Behold what March On did to try to take down the Transformers throne. They didn't try all that hard. Now, the idea behind the Mysterians was they all had hidden panels somewhere on their bodies so that you could have like hidden features and detailing in them. So, in the case of Major Repair, as the name indicates, you can undo this chest plate and slide it down, which reveals a whole array of accessory tools, which actually is not a bad thing. Like, this guy, I'll give them credit where credit is due. These guys were storing their accessories way before Transformers ever figured out how to do it, and that's quite a wide range of accessories for such a cheap little guy. So the face itself, he looks like a cash register. It's a little bit flat, it's a little bit simple. There's a slightly cute aesthetic to it, something that's a little bit endearing. It's a very strange head. He looks like a block of cheese, of course, but hey, let's not judge. He is what he is. At least we've added some black plastic to give you a little bit more color detailing. He now has Bumblebee's color scheme, which should not surprise you in any way, shape, or form when you're dealing with a Transformers knockoff line in some case. He gets a lot more angular, at least, thanks to some of these sloping effects. Also, when we popped out the bottom, there are wheels under here, but not the best rolling wheels of any kind. They are the the Hot Wheel knockoff, cheap little axle and wheel in single unit thing clipped in. So he's not going to roll very well. That's unfortunate. So, let's see. Beyond that, articulation, well, a little bit outward shoulder. You get tons of tons of like elbow rotation. A little sideways elbow bending there for you. For the accessories themselves, let's see here. Oh, a little bit hard to see. We have a little bitty screwdriver. We have some kind of scanner or pressure gauge, something of that nature. Maybe a welder, if you really want, which would actually make sense. We have a wrench, and then we just have a straight-up hand. Just a straight-up hand, just in case he needs something that requires 5 fingers, or just needs to slap somebody. Because we all need to slap somebody sometime, and when you've got little tiny, like, little hooks for hands, you do need an accessory for slappage. So, pretty easy to unclip and peg in. They are kind of like the C-joint system that we had for Transformers for a while, so that's actually kind of ahead of the curve, as it were. Yeah, he's ready to repair something. Now, on a design concept level, I can understand. Like, if you're talking about, like, okay, we're battling the universe, so we're spacefaring. So if you have this big ship with a big cargo container underneath, and you just undid the cargo bay doors out from under, like, a 10 by 10 by 10 cube of 1,000 of these things, you could repair entire planets with these things just swarming around. You know, Gal Geiger had that idea, and this guy did it way before then. Like, in that sense, a cube shape makes sense, because that's where you're going to fit the most into any three-dimensional space. So, yeah, he's a bizarre one, isn't he? He's bizarre. It's interesting to see what other toy companies came up with, trying to figure out what would catch kids' interest in line of Transformers, catching so much interest with cars and jets. You know, what is left for us? And, well, by this point, the only thing left were boxes. Boxes and whatever this thing is. So this, you're not going to believe this name, but I'm going to tell you anyway. His name is Air Commander. His name is Air Commander. Isn't he the most aerodynamic thing you've ever seen? He's a coffin. He looks like a freaking coffin. I expect Mum-Ra to walk out of him at any minute. He's a coffin, or like a keyhole rendered on a PlayStation 1. One or the other. He has that same weird kind of ridged pattern going on, but it's deeper here. Yeah, you can actually hear my fingernail kind of... I could play music on him. But that aside, he's really got nothing to offer. It's just a very strangely molded surface on a silver plastic robot. And again, the same Mysterion logo there emblazoned on the center. So we get this guy open. This guy's got a lot more folding out bits and nothing that's spring-loaded. So these come down. Inside, wheels fold out, because on your Air Commander, you need to make sure he has wheels. Let's see, the side panels come open like this. We can fold them all the way to the back or leave them out as like Starscream-esque things, since he is an Air Commander. We'll leave him with little wing-like things. Little tiny arms fold out, and then split open the top for the head. And that's our Air Commander. He ain't no seeker, is he? It's very strange. There's almost a weird, like, I'm trying to be Optimus Prime thing going on with his head, with the little antenna sticking off the side, but man, he doesn't quite pull off the same look of superiority or anything, really, now that I think of it. Yeah, he looks very generic. He looks like, you know, he looks like what you would expect out of like a cheap 80s robot out of like a kid's show, or just like some quick sci-fi movie back then. It's bizarre. There's a retro robo quality to it, but at the same time, not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot, really. And yeah, probably the strangest proportions I've seen in a robot in a long time. Tiny, tiny little arms, and then very flat but wide legs and hollow feet. It's strange. It's unexplainable. It's Mysterians. Speaking of, what is the gimmick here? Well, you probably notice one flap that has not been uncovered, which means we do have the secret of this particular figure. If I get my limited fingernail, because I just trimmed them underneath, and fold down, deployable crotch head. I I really I I I don't I just don't I don't. I have never been able to reconcile this. Apparently it's a radar drone, but tell me why it's molded like another head. Like a more evil head lives in this robot's crotch. In this one's got a big red mohawk and spikes on its head. Like it'd be one thing if I could swap the heads and you'd actually have kind of like a headmaster thing going on, but no, it. I don't care if you tell me it's a radar drone. This is a second freaking head. This is a head popping out of this guy's midsection. You know, it does come off, so you can. I guess it's no. It's just if you designed it like a little shuttlecraft, maybe, but no, it's a second head. Get back in his crotch. We don't want to look at you anymore. It's just the more you go into this toy line, just the stranger things get. Why are we even looking at these? Well, I don't know why, but for some reason, these things have haunted me for most of my life. When I couldn't have been older than 5 the last time I played with these toys. These were at my great-grandmother's house when I was a little kid. She had a box of toys that kids coming over to visit family could play with, and I don't know why these two stuck in my memory so much. It was only like a month ago when I even found out what toy line they were from. And to actually finally have them back in my hands is such a weird trip to my brain, man. You have no idea. But it's kind of cool in a way that it reconnects me with my childhood a little bit and kind of brings back memories of my great-grandmother, which is saying something for like the power of nostalgia and the power a toy can bring, really. Now, we will say this was from an eBay lot, and it did provide me a third figure from the series, which was Tank Commander. I'll go ahead and sit him here in the middle. You can see Tank Commander did not fare quite as well. He transforms into a ball, like a thermal detonator looking thing, and he doesn't get arms. He just gets that one little antenna, and he gets a little weird waist rotation, and that's just about it. The reason I'm not including him very much is because I've deemed him unfit for review, because what makes him Tank Commander has been completely gutted from him. C'est la vie. That is the life of a Mysterian. Broken, forgotten, unless you're on this weird guy's toy channel. So, that is the mysterious secrets of Mysterians. I'm not sure why they thought this was going to actually capitalize on Transformers in any way. They didn't make more than just the one series of, I want to say, only 6 figures. And yeah, these are shockingly rare for what they are. But hey, it's a nice hit to my nostalgia. And hey, maybe someone's childhood there was, I don't know, reconnected by watching this? Maybe? I don't know. You needed better toys when growing up if it did.